Dave and Chris are here, but I haven't heard either of them talk.
Sorry, I did not realize I was muted.
Oh.
All right. I did not get the setups obviously integrated in, but you should all see. I see someone made some setups.
I made a bunch.
Ooh. How was the tool? Was it buggy?
No,
I wouldn't
no,
be
it
surprised
worked
if it was.
totally fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't have any problems with it.
Yeah, I expect there to be issues with it long term that I need to fix, but if it works, it works. For now, that's cool. All right, let me. So I'll just show everyone else how it works, just in case they haven't seen it. Let's see. How do I see how many people are watching me on Discord? I guess there's no,
There,
no
like,
button for that.
Thing shows up in the bottom? No?
I don't know that there is. I've never noticed one.
I hear the loop, but
Oh,
I thought
no,
there
here
used
we
to
go,
be like
here
a
we
little
go.
eyeball.
If there's up at the top, I don't know. Oh, actually,
Spectators?
I see spectators.
So I can't see that, weirdly enough. But whatever, I guess you guys see
Yeah.
that. That's good enough. Alright. So, oh, there it is. I can see it. It's all the way at the top. I see. I see.
Yeah.
Spectators. Yeah. It's just so I have it on my vertical screen, so it's like way too high up.
Oh.
Alright. You to do it, you go into offline mode. And in offline mode, you just hit this manage load button, and then you'll see all the setups here. If you want to, so let's make a fake one here. So wah 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 wah. Right, you give it a name. Wah wah wah. You save it. It's gonna go gray here. Once it's done going gray, you know that it's working. Don't hit any of these buttons twice because it probably will break something. And then there it is. It's sorted alphabetically right now. And that's on the server. So if I refresh the page, go here, offline view, hit manage load. I should see it. Yeah, there it is. And if I want to get rid of it, you just hit this and wait a second, and it'll go away. And that's another one where like you could click it. It may not give you the feedback you need. I should probably do like a loading wheel or something, gray it out or something. But yeah, it just takes a second for the action to go through.
So if you want to like
that's it.
load one, yeah,
Just click on it. Yeah. So just go open and click whatever one you want to load.
right on.
Yeah. So this should be pretty easy actually for me to put into the mode, but I just didn't have time with everything
What's
else
the
going on.
go to the knock
this
knock?
week. Knock knock. This one.
there.
Yeah.
Right on. Did we have black background white text now? I didn't know.
Yeah, it's one of the styles, but it has a stupid thing where you have to enter an extra character, so it has a bug to it right there. I also should probably make a way to update. That's something that's missing right now. You can't. You have to delete and then resave.
Alright,
But yeah, I wanted to
like
experiment with those. What's that, Jim?
square box text. I don't like those O's.
Oh, I also had that feeling. Yes, these O's look like U's.
Knock, knock.
Knock knock. But this should only take me like an hour or two to now work into the game because each of these has a unique ID. So I just have to pull the unique ID and then just insert those stickers when you are actually made. The hard part here is like when we go into the actual, I guess I can't show you easily, but like, because I don't have the sticker drawer enabled here right now. But the sticker drawer, right? Like, how many stickers are we gonna fit here? We have to like think about that, or like, how does the sticker drawer work if you have more than like here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You
Well-
could probably comfortably fit 8 stickers.
Are we going to allow moving of the setup stuff, or
That's a good question.
I think
Probably
that should be an
not, right?
option. I think I could see it either way.
Well, so I can see the value in it, but then like, does
I
it
feel like-
For a
Skirt
round
the purpose.
modifier, I think there could be rounds where you can't change this stuff, and but for a jumping off point for the very first time you're playing, I do think you should be able to move it if you want.
I think
Really, I
the
was
opposite.
thinking the opposite. Yeah.
Wait,
Like,
why?
it's a tutorial.
Just giving him less options is.
I wouldn't call it
Yes,
a
that's
tutorial. It's a. I wouldn't call it a tutorial.
It's
Like,
a
not
it's
tutorial.
an
It's-
accessibility
It's
thing.
tutorializing, I think.
Yeah.
Like,
It is a tutorial. It's like a natural in-game, like, and accessibility is the wrong word too. Tutorial is probably the closest word
It's
to
an
it.
easy first level.
Yeah.
I would think of it more
yeah,
as.
yeah.
The way I see it is like this is the bulk of the
it's-
game.
you got your
and then,
training
like, the
wheels
last
on
round.
before.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But so you think most rounds you'll give them a full setup?
I mean, the pace of this
Because
is so.
I think
because
so.
it's so
Right now, we have
hard.
no-
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
so hard to
we're
make a
just talk
joke.
about it right now until we
Yeah.
try one.
I think we like
yeah,
you know
also,
how
I do
most
think
like
that we do need to test. It's going to take a lot of testing to know.
yes.
Pacing of the.
But right now, yes, I think that most of the time there should be at least one round starts with a setup.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking. But like every round with this would be a big change.
Well,
that
I would do, like if it was 3 rounds, I would do 2 rounds of this. The last round is open. 2 round warm up, 1 round real joke, like full joke. You take control, right? Because like if you think about it, if each round's 5 minutes, that's 15 minutes. But with these setups, we might not need 5 minutes, I guess. So you could say, let's say these are 2 to 3 minutes each, right? But that's still 10 minutes per round.
I think a
if we
full
do
game
3
should take
rounds.
about 15 to 20 minutes. I think, yeah, the first round could be shorter if we're doing this. What the fuck is this music? And then, but like, if we do 2 rounds of this, like, the round modifiers then are only on the last round?
That's fair question. There's a world where like, so once we get more round modifiers in, that can change. In a world where this is the only thing that exists, that's how I would build it.
That's what
I
our
guess is
game
the
would be
is
right
what
now.
I say. Yes.
Yeah, I think to have like a game to play, that's what it should be.
Yeah.
Because like to get a game out, like not to get it out, but to have a structured game as fast as we can.
That people
Yeah,
will
we
actually
can
play through and get
start
feedback
there
on.
for sure.
But no, I was thinking the same thing about the modifiers too. Like, there's no room for that then, if that's what it
Yeah.
is.
I mean, it
That's
could
fair.
just be the last round. Like Jackbox kind of has that. They only really have 3 special final rounds, but we could have like a whole bunch, I guess.
Yeah, and that could be fun. Like, so if these setups are only like a minute to 2 minutes, 3 minutes at most long, then the rounds are a lot shorter, right? You get your 2 warm-ups, then your modified random weird one, right? That could be fun. But some of the modifiers don't work in that structure. Is the only problem. Like the pass it to the left modifier, right? That one
mean,
doesn't work in
Make
the
a
structure.
flow chart of
Yeah.
rounds.
Let's.
that we
I
need
would
to
be down to
keep
start. Yeah, I would be down to start with just this, and then the third one is just blank. But here's another question with this. With the drafting phase, there's 2 ways I could see doing this with the drafting phase. Either you somehow know this before going. 3 ways. somehow you know what the setup is before drafting. A.
Mhm.
B. The drafting looks at knows your setup, but you don't, and it gives you at least the stickers that are in there and some other ones, right? Or maybe those ones are unchangeable or something like that. And the third is, so wait, what did I say? You see this, then you draft. The draft secretly knows.
Yeah, I think like the way the draft should work is like you should get a preview of your comic up front, and then you like that preview's in like the top left corner or something, right? While you're drafting, so you can draft with that in mind.
I
Yeah.
think for
So
this,
look at the
I
size
think
of.
for this, just give them a ticker that's constantly giving you random things, just going like those Japanese food trays that go on the conveyor belt that you can pick up, right?
Sushi trains, Dave. They're called
One of
sushi
those
trains.
sushi trains.
They're amazing.
The sushi train is stickers as you're
that could
going
be
by
cool.
as you're making it, so you can just like be like, what am I gonna make? Like, 'cause just having
That's
three
Oh, that was the
options
third thing. The
to-
draft
to
is only
fit-
for the
to-
last round.
to fit. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
this is not gonna be for this.
So
But how would we do the?
Well, how do
would
you do
we
this
give
one?
them stickers?
Because you
I
have to
do-
have stickers
Sushi
for
tray.
this one.
Sushi.
I like the
sushi
sushi
thing
train.
I
idea.
do like
think
that.
that's-
Yeah, that works.
I
That's a
actually
really
love
great
that idea.
modifier. Yeah. I don't know if that's what I want to be the standard one, but maybe it is. It's a pretty good idea. It's just neat.
Make like a little animated conveyor belt down at the bottom.
Yeah, I kind of like it a lot.
Every time one goes off, there's like a of fire at the bottom.
Yeah, it
Just
doesn't
jumps into
go
the trash
across. It
can
doesn't just
fire.
scroll off the screen. There's just a trash can fire. And if we
This
get rid of
idea
the delete
is
button,
that
you could actually reuse that trash can fire for the delete button if we wanted to get rid of it. Then it would like almost
Mr.
be more.
Idea should come in and pull the lever that makes the machine go. That makes a thing come out.
Maybe
then
there's
also
a
you should
modifier where
sometimes
there's a
stand near the
modifier
bottle
where the conveyor breaks and you don't get a scrolling choice.
He should also sometimes stand near the fire, gazing into it.
Yeah, he should be in the background. Yeah, because everything should render in front of him, and then if we can create like a fire reflection in his eyes, really get that going. I like that a lot. That is a good idea. So do we think that is the standard for everything? You hop in, there's a conveyor belt of stickers, and then
I think
there
that should be
is
the
no-
standard for if you have a pre-setup, and that basically, like, if you have a setup, that should be the way you get stickers.
So why would that? I'm not saying it's a good or bad idea. I'm just saying, what is the rationale though for that not being the way it works for the 3-panel one too?
Well, if you have blank and you want to do the draft, like that's, I do still think there's like
Variety, really.
yeah, when you're creating your own, I still think there's some value to like,
I like the popcorn thing that I mentioned a while ago.
What was that? What was the popcorn thing?
So,
The
like how you do
popcorn thing
popsicle
requires
on
too much
popsicles,
skill.
but you like pop them up. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter. It's like randomization. Who cares?
Yeah, you have to catch them. But if you really wanted one and you miss it, you're gonna be pissed. Whereas a conveyor belt, I imagine it's like moving, and then Mr. Ideas pulls the lever and it moves again, and there's a time delay, so you
I
have
think it's
plenty
moving
of time
constantly.
to
Yeah, but
I think
like,
it's moving
once it's off the
constantly, but you
screen,
get,
it's
like,
go.
Four
very
on at a
straight.
time.
You gotta like you have
So you
tons of
don't
time
want
to
Mr.
grab
Ideas to
it
be
if you
pulling
want
a
it.
lever.
I think it's moving
like-
constantly, but when
you
he
can
pulls
have
the
that
lever,
information
a
too,
thing
but,
comes
like,
out of the little machine part of it.
Gotcha, okay.
Drops on.
Like the drops on thing? Okay.
You don't have to show the dropping on. I think you just show a little machine whirring and lurping up and down a little bit. You show the conveyor belt moving, and also in this setup, I kind of think this replaces the sticker tray. The sticker tray belongs to the I would think belongs to the drafting mode. The conveyor belt belongs to this mode, right? Because otherwise, there's a lot on screen.
Oh yeah. It's either one or the other. It's not both.
Yeah, no, the conveyor belt would be the thing. But that is a good question, actually, of like, okay, well, what if I delete... I guess if you delete it, it's on you, right? It's this moving, revolving thing. You are responsible for holding on to your own stickers,
Yeah,
right?
if you delete it, too bad. You fucked up. It's Mario Party,
Okay.
bitch.
The only thing though is what is stopping you from just pulling off every sticker?
Nothing. In my mind, they're
Right.
just you don't get they're just
They're
not
pretty cluttered, I
there's
guess.
not a lot of them. I imagine you get like 7 or 8 maybe throughout around.
Also, it won't be going so fast.
Yeah, I
that
guess
you'll be able to
I
get
guess it'll
all
be
of them.
less time now that they have setups.
Yeah.
Won't be going for 5 minutes or whatever we have it at now.
Yeah, what's our SPM, our sticker per minute count? How many stickers do we want per minute? Program that in. But yeah, I like the idea. I think it's neat. Can I get that in? I might be able to get that in. That's not that hard to do. I just need a conveyor belt.
Like, what
I
if
need
what if we added like Mario Party or like not Mario Party, it's another game, Mario Kart style like attack items where you can stop their, like one of you said, stop the conveyor belt or like speed it up like to an insane degree or stuff like that.
so like
Yeah.
that is interesting. Well, you mean is that for you? Like to be like, hey, I want new stickers, or is it like
No, I
you can
want to
fuck someone
do
else
that to
over?
someone.
That's my only worry is that like it's already hard to come up with a joke, and now
Yeah,
someone's really is fucking with you.
that was kind of like
Yeah,
a
a half-hearted
would be
suggestion
fun,
or
but
yeah, jokey.
I didn't really think it through.
It's a if it were something more like manageable, where like there's
What if
not
you
that
just
much
swap
pressure to
comics
make
with
someone else
somebody
laugh.
midway?
That could be a modifier, honestly.
What do you
And
think
then you get
editing
points
people's
for
comics?
Well, if you
like
know
both
that,
people get points
if you know,
if the
if it
comics
tells
are...
you that's the modifier, what's to stop you from sabotaging your own comic because you know it's going to
No,
be...
both people get points, so you're incentivized to make it good. So like that's around where like if you and I swapped, you and I would both get a point.
So
if
that
our-
one
if
needs
our
6
job on top.
players, I think, if you both get points, because that's the only
Well,
way the voting works out, where there would always... Because if you're essentially splitting into teams then, right? So if you have
It could be
4...
like
Yeah,
a
I guess-
surprise thing halfway through.
Yeah. Chris is right though, like how, because then who would you vote on? Because if you had 3 people, then
Yeah.
I swap with Chris, and Jeff is the only one that, or I guess you round robin it, right? So Jeff swaps, because then you only have one thing to vote on, I guess. It's like because you've worked on 2 comics.
Either
That's what it
you
comes
don't
down
get points, or you need 6 people playing, because once... And that's fine. We could just say if you have a group, because we said 6 was going to be the upper limit. But like, if you have 3 groups, if you're essentially both getting points for each other's comics, then you're kind of on a team. So you need at least 3 teams, because when you're voting, you need 2 teams to comics to pick from. And you'll know what yours and the other person's are. So if there's only 4, you know to vote for your friend, the one that you swapped with, right?
Yeah, that is the problem. Honestly, it's a neat idea, but it is hard to implement and requires a lot of people.
Or you
which
just don't
means
share
you
points,
barely-
and you can't vote for you can't vote for your own or the guys you swapped with. But then that still requires at least 4, I think, in that case.
Well, no, because then it's... Well, yeah, I don't know. You could... I don't know. Like Jeff said, yeah, you can make it a surprise so they don't know it's going to happen, and then and then you swap, and it
I would be fine with one
but
of
you
the
have to make it
modifiers
clear
just
that
being
the-
like mystery, like who knows, something's gonna happen. Should also play the notes from that Squirrel Nut Zipper song that goes, "There's something going to happen soon." That melody. Dun, 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 dun. Mystery noise.
That is definitely on. For next week, I can definitely get the templates in. Like I can get those scene or these setup templates working with the current mode. The conveyor belt, I might be able to do. It's not too difficult. It's just a new means of. It's a new system, so it'll just be a little different. I could do it. For next week. What do we want to do outside of that? Like, so after this, is it like, so do we just want to come up with some of these round modifiers and make them work?
I think we should all come up.
I
We'll all try to
think
come up
so.
with like 20 good ones, and then
I think one leading
Play
out of
test.
this one would a good one would be the fourth panel. Add a beat to someone else's panel or comic.
Why don't we start
Good
making
progression.
a list?
Checking it twice.
for a list of
Or modifier,
modifiers.
yeah.
And then identify the ones we want the most, because it's probably we're looking at a modifier a week probably, unless they're really somehow easy for me to make. It's probably 1 week per modifier getting made.
Single panel. If we're going with this conveyor belt thing, one could be the conveyor belt is shared, and the first person to grab something off of it gets it. Although somebody could just hawk it, I guess.
Yeah, it
Grab all of them,
encourages
yeah.
you to just basically
Does it have to
steal
be a
all of them.
cooldown?
I don't like the idea of fucking with other people to make it harder for them to make a joke. I think that is
I don't like the
Not
idea
in
of
the
ruining
spirit-
what they already have, but I do like the idea of throwing them curveballs. I think
I'm fine if we do it like unilaterally, but I don't like it if it's like, hey, player 2 now got fucked because player 1 you hit them with a turtle shell, right? Like because it is already hard to make a joke. Like imagine in Quiplash, you had like you're spending all this time thinking, you finally came up with a joke, and then the game fucks you over by erasing everything you've done or something, right? Or turns all of your Q's into Z's. Or well, that would be a bad example because no one uses Q, but you get what I mean. Turns all your vowels into consonants.
what about a button you could hit at any point because you're stuck on your joke to load in what other players have in their panels right now? A random player. It's more like the ghost in Mario Kart. Stealing an item.
Steal it.
That's kind of a quick way to do the iterate on someone else's thing.
Maybe if you got like one panel or something.
We could do something like that. It would be
I think one panel is just a modifier. I think single panel. That's an easy
no. I
one.
think Jeff is saying you would
I mean,
copy a
taking
panel.
one panel, not taking the whole comic.
Oh
If
yeah,
you're
yeah.
copying.
Yeah, because like if you just copy someone's comic and then
Yeah, then that's just
Like, well,
you
you
got
just-
two of the
then you
same
just get-
comic.
yeah, in the end it's
Well,
not.
only if you
and
copy it
even,
at the
like-
end, right? If you hit the button early, then you might only get one panel.
And even this though, it's still like it's turning into almost like a social deduction game or something, or like a different type of game, right? Like the goal here is still right to, like the crux of the game is to make everybody laugh, right? So at the end, this all has to be in service of the presentation stage being funny in some way, right? Of improving that. And I've had two comics that look very similar. I feel like it almost may drink the other person's milkshake. Like say I copied it from you, Chris, and then I got to go first. it would feel pretty bad.
I mean,
as
the
me,
one
guy
panel.
that
I
made
think
the
with one
joke.
panel, the thing I would worry about is if they stole it at the end, they may make the exact same joke. I do think the stealing a single panel is a better version of that. But the point of that was like, if you can't think of something,
Still,
I guess you could
something,
re-roll your setup too, maybe.
Yeah,
that
I
should
mean, I
just
think
not
if you
be a
can't think
modifier, but
of
just a
something,
thing
you
that's
just
in
get a
there.
setup. Like, why don't we just like pick a setup button, or get a random
Oh,
setup
also,
button, and you pull
is
it in.
everyone getting the same setup, or would everybody be getting a
I
different
think
setup?
everyone should get a different setup.
Okay.
Oh, really? I thought everyone should
You
get
go
the
both
same, so
ways.
that it's a,
think there's value
so
in
that it's
both.
a sort of a
You do like
you see how
Quiplash
people
does it,
iterate on
where
it.
like
Yeah.
2 people get the same, and
That's
2
a
other
good
people
idea.
get the same.
You could do it first round, everyone gets the
If
same
we did
one,
that,
then everyone
though-
else gets something different.
If we did the Quiplash way, we'd have to make fake jokes to complete all of these setups, so that we could, if it's an odd number, we need someone for the other person to go against.
Oh, that's true.
So the
We could do that. That's not that hard.
I mean, it's not that you're like directly going against them though. It's just.
it will kind of feels like that though, and like
Yeah, you're right.
and like
I think if we're doing that, we have to frame it that way, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's like, let's fucking steal Quiplash. Let's do it.
there's
I think that's a great round. That's a good round option.
the why generally I think everybody getting their own is better is the two reasons. One is boring to see the same joke twice, and then you're just making a like. I actually thought this was a strength of the thing in the beginning, but as we've played more and more, I think when 2 people make the same joke, usually it's not like as fun as I thought it would be. And 2 is that like it kind of gives you like it feels like you're going head to head at that point, and like it kind of gives the people who are already a little bit more timid an out to be like, I got a bad prompt, and if someone else got that prompt and made a joke, it's harder to say and feel that way.
Good point. Yeah, I'm on. I've been swayed to team. Everybody gets their own prompt.
It does.
Flows off the
It does
tongue.
make for better. Like if you have 6 people, that's a lot of the same prompt, so it
Yeah.
does make better for that. And that's what the Quiplash's strength is. Like it's not 6 people getting the same prompt over and over and over again, right? And you to vote on that. That's only. I mean, that is the last round, I guess.
And we could
But it
still
is,
do a mid round, everyone gets the
head-to-head.
same one, and then at least it's like, well, if it's not one-on-one for that one person who wasn't able to come up with a joke. Like maybe, I mean, they may be the only one who didn't steal, and they may still feel singled out, but like maybe somebody else did, and it's. But I don't love the Jackbox games where everybody gets the same setup. I do like the head-to-head ones more personally, but for somebody like Lauren or, a more casual person, I think anything head-to-head is like a negative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I mean, there's so many iterations on it we can do on just this concept, this setup concept that we could play. Like, I mean, just bare bones, like you said. We could have the last round be, everyone gets the same one, and then all these other ones be something. You get something different. But what this does mean, though, is that we're gonna need a lot of fucking setups, a lot of them.
Yeah.
I think we save our own
otherwise this will
comics.
get
I
stale.
think yeah.
And
I'm
then
just
take
thinking
out the
about
last
this.
part.
Like, the best way
See if
we
they work.
do it is play the game a lot, and
Yeah.
I think we just this week everybody try and make 25. We'll have a nice even 100, and then
Yeah.
next week we'll play, and then we'll weed out the ones that don't work, and we'll
Yeah, I think that's a good way to start. I may not get 25 because I'm gonna be working on getting the stuff in. But Jeff
I get
already put
25
like
'cause
20.
not bad.
Yeah, so I think that's a good place to start. But even then, like, we're probably talking on the, like, when for like a release of this game, you may be talking about like 1,000 setups or something like that, right? Because I guess like you have 6 players, you play 3 rounds, right? You've already done a quarter of the available prompts if we're preventing duplicates.
I do think there's a way, if you can figure out a way
Not full
that
quarter,
anybody who
obviously,
plays
but
this
you get what I
game,
mean.
like the winning comic gets saved to us somehow,
There's a
and
5th.
then then we can have other people do that work, some of that work for us.
I can do that. Like the system already is set up. It would just be a different database table. So I can set it up so that winning comics automatically get stored. I could even make it to store all of them, and then just put the winners in a different table, or maybe count the votes or something. And then we can pull by vote count. Yeah, I think that works. I'll set that system up too. That shouldn't be too hard from what I already have. It's just creating a new table and then adjusting the API call to take the picture and said, oh, well, I guess, yeah, it's the host that would do it. Okay, so that's how, only the host sends it. Yeah, so that'll work. Anything else?
Well, do you want to play a couple rounds?
Yeah, we can play a couple rounds. We haven't actually played in a while, so it's probably a good idea to just at least play a few rounds. And
is there a way for us to use these setups right now in the actual game, or is that?
No, that's what I'm gonna be working on next week, or for next week. That's what I was just saying. There's not a way right now to put the setups in the game. But why don't we just do a round of 3? Just play some, and then maybe we can save some with like a ones out, and just also we should just be playing. I feel like we should play 1 round a week at least. Also, I'm interested to see if anyone's, well, we'll see. Let me know if anything goes weird when you join my room. Because basically those asset bundles load in as soon as you load the main page, and it may take a second for them to get in. So theoretically, if you can join my room fast enough, you can join it without having the asset bundles loaded, and I don't account for that just yet. Do you see the assets, Jeff?
Yes, I do.
I want to put like a trail renderer on when you have your click held down, so that you just have something to do while you're waiting for players. Like you can just draw with it, kind of. It's like a cheap way of getting drawing and fake, not real.
We have a room code.
Yeah, it's
D6H7FR.
Are we on /dev build or something?
yeah,
Yeah.
playstrip.com/stripdev. Did it not let you join? That's
Did
interesting.
not let
I
me
think I
join
did
from the regular one.
That's good. I think I did put a check for that in, make sure that the versions the same.
Just the characters stripped dev.
Strip dev, capital S, capital D. Here's oh, your turtle's off screen. Interesting. I'm not sure what changed. Anyway.
Whoa.
Something broken for you, Dave?
Oh,
I heard you.
Chrome.
What?
I clicked on it. Must have clicked on
I don't know.
or something.
What are you seeing? Are you in the game?
Yeah,
Should
I
you
just went
stop?
to a random website.
Oh. Maybe you clicked your bookmarks.
Can I join your game? Or...
No, well, let's restart because you can't join back in.
No, I'm
I should
good.
fix that.
I have a joke.
Sorry. I should fix that. I should make it so that you can rejoin. It's more work than it looks like.
I had a joke that involved the shirt. I had the shirt and the blender and the fat businessman and the doctor, so I was gonna be the fat businessman, looks at the blender, had a shirt in his hands, and then goes to the doctor, and the doctor's like on an x-ray thing pointing at like there's a, you know, coat hanger in his colon.
Down.
It was
Were
like
you towards the top
I
of the screen when it happened, Dave?
also had the burping
I was going over
mouth.
from one screen.
Oh, so you were clicking
Thing.
over the other way. Okay. Yeah, it could be anything. You clicked it.
Stuff because my mouse cursor doesn't like. If I'm up at top. I don't know,
It
it's-
doesn't show until like if you're hovering the Unity screen.
Yeah, it could
Yeah.
get stuck on you.
Yeah, I
Clicking
wonder if I
around.
can make that work
Can see my-
differently. Like if you click on Discord, yeah, you can't see it unless you're hovering over the top of the browser. And then when I click back in, it's fine, but once I click out and click in, yeah, it can be confusing. I'll look into that. I'm telling you though, I'm gonna make a drawing renderer or a line renderer so that like has like a 1 or 2 second long render time, so that you can draw while you're waiting for other people. It'd be so easy to implement because I'm already syncing the state, so just while you're in the state, draw with a line renderer.
If we
you
did
don't
ever
have to
want to
stick
do
your finger.
drawing, we could do drawing for the avatars. Like that, this would be the screen to actually let them
This would be
draw.
the screen to do it because they're bored. If they get bored, yeah.
Or if we
Yeah,
wanted to
here we
let
go.
them draw on stickers, just give them one sticker, let them draw on it. Just in this.
Ooh, I kind of like the start. This flop. Now I realized I thought I had fixed the shadow on this, but I guess I didn't. I thought I moved them to the other side. Did not do that. yeah, the timer's still hidden by the drawer. Jeff did redesign this, and I never. I should. Yeah.
Oops.
Interesting.
What's time we got right now? Does anybody know?
No.
You gotta close your drawer.
131. If you close your drawer, you can see it.
Perfect.
It was really good.
That's our second toilet as crying for the punchline. This
Yeah.
worked really well. That's a really great second panel. That looks really good.
So he clogs the toilet. He's the champion of clogging it, not unclogging.
Yeah, he made big poops even though he's small.
Yeah. Oh, these are all really good.
The ribbon and the trophy are a great addition.
Yeah. We don't even have some of the other stuff that you guys have pushed in. I got put those in. This has to get tuned too. I tried to do, I'm gonna try not to change.
So will I.
Just go off of the flop every time. It is nice, just, I find instead of copying, I'm actually just dragging stuff out of the drawers. Anyone else doing that?
Oh, sometimes.
I did not realize, or if I guess if I haven't, I didn't think to do that though. I got, you know, if I haven't changed the pose, I guess that is a viable way of doing it. You could get rid of the copy actually if you just change the pose in the sticker drawer to match what your last did, but then I guess you have two different poses, you would lose out on that.
The door needs a door off the hinges. Like just the black part.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I ran out of time. Damn. I had a good one brewing. Wasn't all the way there yet though.
Ooh, it is a better version of what I was trying to do. Ah, can't pick. Going back and forth. At some point, we'll have to hire an audio guy. Audio seems hard, but I feel like it's necessary. I need to make it so you can hold backspace.
Ooh. I have 2 text bubbles here. Is that what's going on?
I'm getting a bug where when I copy a sticker, it comes out of the panel. Weird. Oh, that's if my copy is I see. I see, because the copy button is outside the panel. I see.
Didn't finish mine. Got close. Might still. It probably still reads, but.
Wow.
Really good.
That was great.
Finally, good use of the backwards text.
No, that was pretty
Rectified
proud.
it.
That was so good.
Nailed it.
I just imagine it with like the Twin Peaks
Yeah.
effect. You see the one? Go on, you see? Turns out much colorblind is a great, also just final pop up here. Alright, I believe that's it basically. I think it'll just keep going forever. So I'll back out here. I think 3 rounds is how long it should be. Alright, I saved all those so we can I'll throw them in the Discord. Decide if we're using it.
Cool.
Too many uploads. If I do it 4 at a time in Discord.
Honestly, let me think about this. Saying 25 each to get to 100. We just play once a week. 3 rounds, that's 4 comics each, so that's 12 right there.
Interesting.
I mean-
It doesn't like I have to rename them to JPEG. Will it work that way? Just delete this message. Does this work? Okay, yeah, that's annoying. I have to manually rename. Oh, also the screenshot doesn't
Oh,
capture the text outside the panel.
It was
interestingly
not
enough.
pulled all the way up, so it might actually not be in the area. Like it was where I was typing it out when the round ended.
It looks to me like the text just isn't rendering, but not looking at that. There's a couple of bugs. That
I did get a weird typing bug. I think it was because maybe there was 2 text box stickers on top of each other or something, but it was like I typed the word and I looked up at my screen and it said and.
was it maybe a rendering bug? Was the other end in a panel?
Let me pull up YouTube and rewind back. There we go. Okay.
Can you send me just a link to the clip or something?
Here,
or
just
is there something
watch my screen.
in the stream?
My Discord stream.
One second, I'm just pasting these in. Just Alright, yeah, I'm watching your screen.
That's what it looked like.
Interesting. And then you just deleted it and created a new one. That's interesting. I don't know what happened there, honestly. Let me see that again.
Not far enough back. No, I'm too far back.
Now what would do that? Why don't you? Can you clip that for me when it's ready, and I'll go and that'll remind me and just paste it in. You don't have to do it right now, but just that'll remind me to. Is it easy to clip things in YouTube?
Yeah, I
Or even
mean,
ju-
or you Twitch it is, but I need to find it in the timeline. Maybe I just
I think
I'll
in YouTube
just,
you can just you don't have to like clip it out, but you can share like a time clip. Like YouTube lets you share a clip. So if it's on your if you can share it with like the share link, there should be a way to share it at a time.
I'll just send you a 2-second video of it. I'll just leave this paused, and when I'm done streaming and recording, I'll make a 2-second video of it.
Okay. That way I can try to get like the you know the 5 seconds before, and then 5 seconds. Well, just 5 seconds before, so I can try to see if there was anything that led up to it. But it might just be a random bug. Yeah, I'm realizing that when you click a button. Let me test this exit one more time. It looks like when you click a button on the sticker menu, while the sticker's in a panel, it'll pull it out of the panel because your mouse is out of the panel at that point in time. Or maybe it only happens on copy, I'm not sure. Let's see here. Grab this, put that here, right? Now I hit copy. I need to... No, it wasn't doing it there. Is it only in that one? Only in the other? Huh. Oh, now it's doing it. Oh, because I can drag by these. Interesting. That's why. I see. So if I accidentally do even just a tiny little drag, it does it. Okay, let's see. I'll have to look at. Alright. Well, we have all those setups. We could try to steal those and put those in if someone wants to do that.
Oh wait, so you saved them, the images of them, but they need to be recreated in the
Yeah, they need to
editor.
be.
Yeah, they need to be.
That's probably better anyway, since
in
you
additions.
have all the time to make it look nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I manually saved the images here, so the like while
also
the presentation mode is happening, you can click that save button and save any comic.
So two things to help make jokes. I think that would be nice eventually. This is like a polish phase thing. Are being able to re-roll your setup, and also I do still think there's value to the word bubbles coming. Like we have now with these setups, word bubbles pre-populated. So maybe we don't really need that anymore, but I do still think for like the last round, a random word thing, or like maybe even within would there be a way to do it where like for the setup, actually, let me think about that a little more. Did we say you're able to change the setup or no? Or that was the first question. Did we ever
No, you have to load it, change it, reset.
No, I
It's not
mean
like
in
that.
the game, you get a setup.
Oh,
Can you move the stickers and
no, I don't think we decided.
type in word
I,
bubbles?
I think if
we
we start, we
don't allow
lock
it.
it in.
Yeah. Lock it in
It may be
because-
not worth it. Maybe find in the end let people do it. People want to, but
But like Dave said, it's less options, and then we can make those rounds shorter. I think having a few shorter, easier rounds to warm up with it's a good thing.
The immediate thing I think is like, okay, I like this setup, but I want to add a second skeleton right next to him saying something else, right?
I think you could add to it. You can't take.
But but like in that panel, I can't change the camera angle essentially, right? I can't zoom the camera out to fit my new skeleton. It has to be in another panel.
Well, for simplicity, let's start by just locking it down, and then we'll try to maybe allow you to add stuff after the fact. But let's start with that, because if I have to like, if you can move some but you can't move others, then there's like the question of like, well, hey, why can't I move this? It doesn't. Then explain to the player why they can't move the sticker that's already in there, right? At that point, it may be more clear to the player just to allow them to move and modify it, but then too much choice. I think just to start with, let's just try it out as one thing at a time. Let's just put the setups in, lock them down, and just see how that works. If everyone agrees.
Okay. Yeah, I think start that way anyway.
Yeah, we can always change it afterwards. Alright. I will get on that. I will see you guys later.
Later. You done with Expedition 33 yet?
No, I haven't gone to the end game yet. There's a lot of side missions and bosses. Simon. I might not be able to beat Simon. Good. I mean, I can beat Simon's first.
Dan seemed to enjoy it. Though during the stream, he got really
It makes me,
frustrated
like-
at one fight.
Makes me gives me anxiety when they play a game. Any of the personalities play or watch a game that I like think is really good.
The only thing I've ever felt that way about was Hunt with Nextlander. I was like,
Yes, that's
I,
exactly the type of thing I'm
and I,
talking about.
and
yeah.
I feel like
Like, are you gonna get it? Are you gonna get? I'm just like
yeah.
that.
I try not to
Yeah.
get too mad at them because I'm
You
sure they
understand
have
it.
people getting mad at them for their hating their for not getting their favorite games all the time, but they don't have the time to appreciate it on the level that we do. But I do sometimes wish that they had a chaperone when trying something like Hunt, especially like somebody
Yeah.
who I do think that they could benefit and see the get what people like about games, about certain games a lot better, especially in competitive online games that they where that have like a little bit more of a hardcore audience, not hardcore, but like they're into their game. And like they had that a little bit when Will Smith was into PUBG and like battle royales, and could like help them.
He was bringing that to that. Oh yeah, you're talking about with Next.
With Nextlander, yeah. Like they had it a little bit then, and I very much more enjoyed, because every time they boot up like a battle royale or an extraction game, I'm like, okay, well, let's watch them die 10 times in a row and have
Yeah,
a
barely
3-minute
scratch the
game every
surface of
time.
the
You barely
game.
scratch the surface
Know
of the
what's going
game.
on.
But when Will Smith is there, he can walk them through, at least explain why they're dying, and help them make a little bit better choices and things like that. It's not their fault. It is there are some games you're just not gonna do good at your first like 20-30 rounds. I don't think I got a kill for like my first 40 games in Hunt or something, because I so didn't understand the aspect of being quiet at all.
Yeah. I don't know how it feels. I don't remember. We were so like we started in like fits and starts. Early days.
I'm talking
Still in
about
early access.
I played maybe 10-12 rounds of it by myself. Then I asked you if you'd be down to do it, and we played it a few times, and you were like, that was
I didn't like the
interesting.
controls that you couldn't change them, and I didn't like your control setup.
Yeah,
didn't have
you
keybinds
did not
yet.
love it the first couple times.
I didn't
and
like
then-
Hunter mode or whatever, or the mode where you had to like hit shift to even bring up your gun into aim down set, or
yeah.
the cross.
Then something
Target flying.
changed, and you and I played it a few more times, like maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 rounds. Then we stopped again. Then there was one more period where like me, you, Jeff, and Marcus tried it a little bit, which was around the time I started streaming. Then we stopped again. Then we got into it proper with DeSalle.
Came in with this.
Alright. I should probably go to bed. Catch you later.